Moving on, we have a movie that came out in March on Netflix, straight to streaming, that harkens back to a late 80s gem but is nowhere near as good. I don't think it was going to be. They knew it, we know it, but I'll appreciate the effort. But for what this movie was, I think it did decently enough. And that movie is War Machine. The plot of War Machine is pretty simple. We have Alan Ritchson playing a former Marine, now trying to be a bigger badass and trying to become a Ranger. And during their training, a mech alien lands on Earth and starts causing all kinds of havoc. And now Alan Ritchson and the team need to deal with it. And for what it is, this movie is pretty damn entertaining. It's not going to win any awards, it's not going to break the genre, but I don't care. While I was watching it, I was very, very entertained. I will admit it. It's a straight to streaming Netflix action movie with Alan Ritchson, but I had a lot of fun with it. Could it have been better? Yes, it could have. Could they have pushed some parts of the story just a little bit more and changed some aspects and made it much better, really? Yes, they could have. But all that being said, I still enjoyed it. The opening half hour or the opening 40 minutes are the best part of this movie, when he's training to become a ranger, when he's doing his absolute best, even though he's one of the older ones there, and he just wants to get through that ranger training. That is the highlight of this movie. I love going through training montages in a movie. Who doesn't? A good training montage is just so good. And the opening 35 minutes of this movie has that, and I loved that part of the movie the most. The biggest positives of this movie is the fact that you have Alan Ritchson in the lead. The guy is really, really charming, really, really charismatic. I really enjoy watching him on screen. He's always a badass in these movies, just the way I like my action heroes to be. And the personification of toxic masculinity. That's how I want my leading action men to be. If anybody's complaining about that, you don't know how classic action movie stars used to be. That's who they are. They personify toxic masculinity. Tell you why? Because they are highly masculine, and we all want it back. You might lie, you might tell yourself you don't, but deep down, you want them back. Tell me that you don't miss Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Tell me that you don't miss Sylvester Stallone movies. The fact that they had their rivalry and we don't have that anymore, I miss it. If you don't want to admit it, I'll admit it. I miss that stuff. And when you have actors like Alan Ritchson who's trying to bring that back just a little bit, they're not going to reach the echelons of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's getting close. And the fact that I used to watch him on Blue Mountain State as Thad Castle. That's what I call range. And when the action goes down in this movie, for the most part, I am really entertained. I am not bored. I know that Netflix and streaming services are making movies for our attention spans, and they're trying to have an action scene so you never get bored. Every time you might look away, they're like, hey, doom scrolling. No. Like, oh, movie. And I don't want to say that it has that type of action. I think the action flowed very well. And every time that there was a new action scene, I feel like it escalated from the one previous. Are there some hammy scenes where the music swells up and you know that somebody's going to sacrifice themselves for the greater good? Yes, you can see it coming. It's predictable. There's some scenes where you know, I'm like, look at this. This is being framed like this. He's being put there. The music's swelling up. I know what's going to happen. And now I'll talk about one of the major negatives is the fact that when this alien mechanism mech comes down, this thing is humongous. It's like 7 stories, 6 stories high. And now I get it when you see it. It's very formidable. It's all cast in smoke and it's throwing lasers and detecting people through rocks and trees. It's cool. I like all that. No problem. But in it being so big, one human doesn't really stand a chance. Even though in this movie he does try his best. I get that. When you see this big, humongous thing, you tell yourself, one person can't take this thing down. And that bothered me. I know it's trying to harken back to Predator, one of the best action movies of the 80s. But one of the things they did absolutely right in Predator is the fact that the Predator does have a human stature. He's an alien, but he has arms and legs and a head, and he's 7 feet tall. He's really big. Arnold Schwarzenegger is 6'2", and the Predator is about 7'2". I get that. He's really big. He's a foot taller than Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he kicks his ass in the movie. But at the end of the movie, when he wants to go mano-a-mano with the Predator, you, as the audience, go, he might stand a chance. I want to see where this goes. But in War Machine, this thing's a massive building. One man can't do it by himself. He needs other artillery to take this thing down or to do damage to it in any way, shape, or form. And I think if they made this mech smaller, or if it was a creature mixed with mech, kind of like those creatures in Battleship, something along those lines, it could have made this movie better. He could have been 7'5", 8 feet, and Alan Ritchson has to do all that he can to take it down. That could have been a much better movie. The will of the alien going against the will of the human. Who wants to survive the most? But when you watch this movie and Alan Ritchson is this big and the mech is that big, it takes away all the tension. And when he does eventually get the upper hand on this thing, it's one of the biggest contrivances. He lands in a place where he does have the tools that he needs to take this thing down. If he wasn't in this place, if this equipment wasn't there at that particular time, how is he going to do it? He was going to die. I don't like the fact that one person can't take this thing down. Is that you need a team to take it down. It would have been better if he was the last man standing and it was him mano a mano with this creature. And it would have given this movie so much more depth. All that being said, it is a Netflix streaming action movie that you can watch right now. If you want to give it a chance, it's not too bad. It's one of the better Netflix action movies. I'll give it that for sure. And if you're a fan of Alan Ritchson, then you should definitely give it a shot. So to give this movie a rating, I would actually give it way better than I expected for a Netflix movie. Keep that in mind. I'll say way better than I expected for a Netflix movie. Maybe the end is serviceable, but most of the movie, to me personally, was way better than I expected for a Netflix movie.